Hey everybody, I am your host Elizabeth, and I'm here today to do a special little interview, kind of behind the scenes sesh with one of my so fantasy awesome clients, Kaisha. So Kaisha, whoop whoop, thanks for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Oh my God. Well, thank you. Thank you for agreeing to do this. The thing is, when you're a coach, obviously I'm biased, right? Like I think what the magic that I share in the world is cool. I'm obviously biased. However, it is fun to have a client reflect back to you or to other people. Like, why did you even do this? Were there any benefits? If so, what were they? Because it's kind of fun to hear from other people because, I am biased. So, but that being said, now you normally I work with people, or I do work with people who have this neurological disorder called cervical dystonia. I too have it. I'm on year 9. Woo! Biggest blessing and divine detour of my life, at least this time. And anyway, you don't have this condition. So I do work with people who are not navigating this special opportunity. So, what was it that you were looking for or that you needed help with to like hook up with me? Like, what was it specifically?
Well, we all have a special opportunity, as you would call it, right? In some way, shape, or form, we have our own special opportunity. I had an emotional release in massage school 17 years ago. It became really clear that all of the bullshit that's going on inside of our bodies is coming from emotional distress. When you and I started talking about such things, you're like, oh, I'm doing emotion code and belief code and whatever the other code is. And I'm like, yes, this makes perfect sense because it's happening on a subconscious level. So, my goal, anytime anybody really asks me about my goal is connection to source. And I feel like we can continue to do that by dropping off our emotional baggage and then therefore helping to stop the ancestral trauma patterns that are coming through us and into our children. So that's my goal. That's why I sought you out.
For that releasing the emotional skunk, as it were.
Yeah, the subconscious, because I'm doing the conscious work, but there are just things I know I don't know, and I need help with those things.
hmm Okay, so thank you for sharing that. I love how you just describe that. Everybody has an opportunity. And it comes guised very differently, For some people, it's a health crisis. For other people, it's a death or a relationship or whatever. So I love that. That's so great. So did you notice any benefits or results from working with me?
100%. And the thing with some of this work is that it's very subtle, right? So we're really getting into the subtleties and the subtle bodies of our experience. So it could be missed. It could absolutely be missed. But what I feel like you and I did was just clear the way. You had a word for it
Chokure.
in what is it?
In Reiki, there is a word shokure, which translates to clear the way.
Shokure. So that we embodied that as you and I work together because really, like I said, I'm doing the work on my own, my conscious work, my spiritual work, all that. But there were just things I could not do on my own.
So let's turn the dial a little bit even more. So clearing the way. So how does that show up, even though it might be subtle? How does that show up? Is it a feeling in your body? Is it a knowing? Is it more confidence? Is it more trust? Like, how did it translate, if at all, for you?
Yeah, all those things. I mean, it's a layering. This practice that we work through together is just a layering of all the other things. So I have just a deeper level of trust, a deeper level of security in my being, a deeper resonance with overflow, right? Like really tapping into what that even feels like and how good can you stand it, right? So I'm just getting deeper and deeper into feeling extremely excellent in my body, no
Mm.
matter what's happening around me, right? Really looking for the gift in the situation or the angel or the whatever, the good that is there rather than soaking up all the shit that's there.
So that reminds me of something another client said that I feel like is right in line with what you're talking about, Kaisha, is that subtly and slowly we are changing the way that we be, right? So instead of reacting to something maybe in the past that would trigger us or cause us to freak out or whatever we do, it's like we pause. It's like, okay, let me tap into my body. Okay, how am I feeling physically? Oh, what are the emotions? Okay, let me just chill right here, just be like in the experience. And she literally said, she was like, I was like, where's the doom and gloom? Where'd that girl go? Like I was waiting for the other shoe to drop. And she was honestly like coming outside of herself. That was her reflex. We have these reflexes that we're have a predominant tendency to flex, and it's all like the opportunities. We all have different ones, right? Mine's worry. Oh, we gotta worry, we gotta worry. And so, um, and until you have the different experience in the body and in the mind, we think that we have to stay in this perpetual cycle of overwhelm. And so I love that. So it might be fun to, if it's okay, I'll just like shout out the technical things that we did about. So I'm certified through Bradley Nelson through Discover Healing. So he's got basically three. It's emotion code that's releasing trapped emotions, which is very powerful. And then there's body code. So that's just looking at imbalances in the body and the energy field. And then there's belief code. So that's releasing entire belief systems that are stored in the subconscious. And I would be curious. So anyway, the way that this works is I work with the client's subconscious and we just ask, is there anything here we could let go? And we only go where we get a yes. And so for you, Keisha, and it's kind of fun to have it reflected back, I think. So we did 6 individual sessions, as it's called body code, where we're looking for imbalances in the body or the field. We released 11 trapped emotions and 28 heart wall emotions. So those are actual trapped emotions that we literally trap around our organic heart. And the reason this is so powerful is because uh, there's more communication going from the heart to the brain, really, than the brain to the heart. And when we have, and we all have these, by the way, like you're special and you're not special because this is what we do for protection, right? We've all been hurt before. And it doesn't even have to be from like a love kind of relationship, right? It could be anything. And when we clear those, the communication gets dialed way up, which to me, the sexiest part is the intuition comes back online. It's like, hey, Keisha, remember that? Oh, and then the trust builds and everything becomes easier. And then we helped you release 3 belief systems, which is super powerful. And so it's kind of fun just to share what we did. And it's like, some people, like you said, it's very subtle. Some people will literally say, I feel like I can breathe for the first time. I just feel lighter. I feel calmer. I feel more relaxed, like literally in the moment. And then other people will reflect back and say, like my client was like, where's the doom and gloom lady? What'd you do? Where'd you go? Um, so that's kind of fun. So, here's another fun question. Did you have any hesitation about hiring me or like concern before you were like, yeah, I'm gonna invest in this?
That's so funny because you know the answer to this, and it was absolutely no.
Well, it's my favorite question because what I hear often, and from a recent client, He literally said, I honestly really didn't know what I was signing up for. However, it's like a pleasant surprise. It's kind of like, you know that saying, you don't know what you don't know what you don't know until you have a different experience. It's like, oh my God. Or like, Dorothy, she had the slippers the whole time, but she didn't quite connect with the energy of the slippers, the ruby red slippers. Or the little girl who puts on glasses for the first time and she's like, "Oh my gosh, you mean this is what other people see?" It's it's just so amazing to be able to help somebody else have a different experience if that's what they're wanting. Um, so that's sweet that you didn't have any hesitation. You
Yeah.
felt fairly certain that you were going to get some kind of benefit. And so the last question is, if somebody else were considering or thinking about working with me, would you recommend it? And if so, is there a specific reason?
100%. I would recommend working with you, Miss Elizabeth. And I mean, as you were sort of touching on a minute ago, we armor up our hearts starting at a very young age. And maybe even before we emerge into the physical realm, I mean outside of the womb. um so that work is, I don't know, I feel like it's impossible without help, like to really get through all of those layers. Yeah, there's work to be done outside of our coaching, obviously, but just the unconscious unlayering really needs help. It needs help. So it's like if you feel like you're doing all the things in terms of your own practices, but you just can't get to that next step, or there's something that's holding you back that you're really just like can't seem to get your finger on, like this is the place to really just like stop over analyzing and just let Elizabeth tap into your subconscious and let things be free. And then you can be safer and feel more trust and um, find the joy in life more. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. That's so sweet. Um, One more thing just came in and let me see. It wants to go out, but maybe if I can remember what it was. Oh yeah, this is kind of fun too. Is there anything that surprised you or took you by surprise that you weren't expecting from the experience?
I mean, I don't think so. I'm trying to retrace my memories here, but I was surprised that, well, actually, I guess I wasn't that surprised that I had all those heart walls, right? Like I was kind of like, oh, but that it makes sense. It totally makes sense. Um, I don't know. I feel like you just have to trust. So I don't think that there was all that much. I mean, if I looked back on our notes, it's like, oh God, yes. Oh wow. Oh, there's that. Oh geez. So if I were to look back on the experience, but um all of it, it was just so transitional for me at a very rough time in my life. And it was so nice to have such a shining light to go visit every week and to help me break through some of these barriers that I just couldn't get through on my own.
Hmm, thank you. Ooh. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, thank you. Well, we'll just close this up here. I want to thank you so much for coming into my vortex and trusting me. And it's so amazing to witness you and watch you. And I'll put the links in the description if people are interested to have a chat with me to see if I could help you, you know, bust through some of these old limiting beliefs that are just, they're not helpful. I would be
Yeah.
honored. Okay, thanks,
Thank
Keisha.
you.